Hi guys, this is Kenyatta Robinson. Welcome back to the Backyard Smoke Master Barbecue channel. So today I'm going to test out my brand new Signals thermometer from the guys over at Thermoworks. So on the box here it says Signals, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, 4-channel, splash proof. Uses their Pro Series temperature probes. So I'm going to get this box open, see what we got. Alright, so inside the kit, you've got the signal itself. We've got 3 probes that we can insert into our meat. And then we have one for the ambient temperature inside of your smoker or your grill chamber. So we got the little small power adapter. Okay. I can't tell if that's USB-C. I think it looks like a USB-C cable. I could be wrong. And it comes with a nice clip. And then there it is. So this is the signal. From looking at the sticker here, you get some indicators once you power it up. There's also software, so that's a new twist for Thermoworks, where they have an app, I believe, that you can program to use with the signal. You have 4 different probe indicators. Like in this example on the sticker, you can have one for pork, one for beef, one for ribs, and then one for your pit itself. So if you're at full capacity, you've got the three different meats being monitored, where you can set separate low and high alarms for each. And then you can also do the same for your pit, which you would use the ambient probe for. Looks like all of the probes plug in on the right side. And yes, it is a USB-C cable for your power, because it's labeled here also on the right side of the signal. And the back has a couple of magnets. Okay, so far setup has been pretty straightforward. Once you download the app, and I'm using this on an iPhone, so they do have an app for iOS. You download the app, and then it prompts you to either log in or to create a new account. So I did that, and then it automatically detected my home Wi-Fi, prompted me to enter the password, which I did, and then it found the Signals device once I powered it on. Okay, now I have a screen that I didn't see before on my phone. So it's got home, devices, saved graphs, profile. Okay, if I go to devices, there's my signals. And it just gives me again some basic information about my device. So on the main menu, if you click the home button or the home link, that takes you to the screen where you can name your different channels. So here it shows channel 1, 2, and 3, no probe. Channel 4 has the default name of Signals. Now I want to change that one. Okay, so I've renamed it Smoker. I see here the option, it says show maximum minimum. Have that turned on. If you click on alarms, okay, and this is where I could adjust the high and the low temperature. So I could change the high to 315. As soon as I did that, because my temperature is already at 355, got it beeping here. Maybe adjust the damper some here. Maybe set it to about halfway. I still need to season my meat. So, falling a little bit behind here. Things are happening a little faster than I anticipated. But anyway, so this is the setup. Relatively straightforward. You know, you download the app, power on the device, you connect the app to your Wi-Fi. It also has Bluetooth capability, and it looks like that was turned on as well. So again, then with the app, you can name your channel. You can set the alarm, the high and the low alarm. You can also set the high and the low alarm on the device itself. But I think if you want to give each channel a custom name, you have to do that through the app. The app basically mirrors what's shown on the display here. So if you look here, my current temp 268. I've got my alarms set at 315 and 275. So actually the app gives you a little bit more information. The app also gives you the maximum and minimum temperatures that have been reached on that channel. And I wish it would give you the average temperature as well. I find that to be helpful, you know, because, you know, especially on a stick burner like the LSG, you don't necessarily want to be trying to manage your temperature to the exact degree. It's really more about, you know, where is your average temperature is really a better gauge and a better way to go about managing your fire. So I wish that information was also available on the Signal. Another thing on my wish list for the Signal is I wish that it came with 2 ambient probes. So right now it comes with 3 high temperature meat probes and 1 ambient probe for your smoker temp. I think having that second ambient probe is useful, especially in the LSG, because you might be smoking, you know, food on the left and the right side of the upper grate, which is going to give you 2 different temperatures, or you might have food on the top grate and food on the bottom grate, which would give you 2 different temperatures. So it would be helpful if it came with a second probe. Now, something that I really like about the Signal, I really like this screen right here. So this is the channel specific screen, and I like I like how it's nice, big, colorful, easy to read. You know, that's something that they definitely got right. You know, I'm used to the Fireboard app, and you know, it's a little plain, you know, nothing special to look at. So it doesn't hurt to jazz it up a little bit, like what Thermoworks has done here. Best of all, what I like about the Signal is, you know, I'm very confident that the temperature readings that I'm getting on the Signal are accurate. I think that's what you're really paying for. That's what you get with the Thermoworks name. You get reliability and accuracy. So I haven't done any type of scientific tests. I haven't done a comparison, like if I had an ambient probe hooked up to my Fireboard simultaneous with the probe that's currently inside of the chamber connected to the Signal. I mean, maybe that's something I'll do in a future video. Okay guys, here's another observation that I just noticed about the app, is the colors actually mean something. So right now it's gray, and that appears to mean that the current temperature is somewhere in between your minimum and maximum alarm. So right now my low alarm is set at 250, high alarm at 315, current temperature of 300, wow, just jumped to 304, is in that range. If it's below the range, I believe that means, if it falls below the range, I believe the color will change to blue. And I also, right there, it just turned to yellow as it hit 310. So, and that appears to mean that it's within 5 degrees of your maximum alarm, and now you see it just went over 315, so it turned red. So just wanted to give you guys that observation. Now I need to go close that damper up before everything gets too hot. Alright guys, it's been 1 hour, so I went ahead and stuck a meat probe, high temperature meat probe, into my rib roast. Give you a look at that. What I just discovered when I set up this first meat probe into the meat is that because of the L shape of the probes, let me grab one here. So these probes from Thermoworks have an L shape, and you know, I believe the Fireboard probes also have an L shape, and I don't know, maybe it's the bend in the probe, but the combination of this shape along with the plug, it won't fit nicely inside of the probe ports that I had LSG build into my smoker from both ends. If I try to thread the probe in, this shape here, there's something there that prevents it from being able to fit all the way into the probe hole, and then the plug also does not fit through that probe hole. So as you can see, this probe is, you know, set up where I just have to run it underneath the door opening. So, you know, it's not a huge deal, but it is a point of consideration, something that I was surprised to encounter as I set this up. So if you are planning on using the Signal with the 20-inch LSG, and if it has the same size probe holes that mine does, you might run into that same issue. And you know, the LSG probe ports are built to fit, you know, with this bolt. Final thoughts with my first experience using the Thermoworks Signal. Overall, I like it. I like it a lot. It's a good alternative to the Fireboard. There are some things about it that I do like better than Fireboard, but then there are also some things that I wish would be improved. On the app, I really do like the channel-specific screens. I like the use of color coding to give you quick information about where your temperature currently is in comparison to your high and low alarms. Things that I wish would be different. I wish that the unit itself came with a second ambient probe. I mean, this isn't Thermoworks' fault, but you know, the LSG is my primary smoker, or at least my favorite smoker, and unfortunately the design of the high temperature meat probes doesn't work with the probe ports that are built into the new 20-inch offset smokers by LSG. There's just a conflict in the way that both the probe is shaped, that L shape with a curve, and the plug. Neither one will fit into the probe port opening on my LSG, so that will definitely give me pause about using the Signal when I'm cooking with my LSG. But overall, like I said, it's a good thermometer, good device. I do recommend it. Probably won't be using it as much as my Fireboard. Plus, the Fireboard has the fan control option that I really like. But this is a good alternative. Happy with the purchase. No regrets other than those few little inconveniences, but overall, no regrets.